Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are ready. The king himself is here. We got DeMoN joining me, myself, BreakyCPK. Oh, man, this should be another fun series, though. We got, of course, the GG.Bet Invitational continuing on. We have Hippomaniacs taking on, formerly known as ex-ferzee, now known as Gambit Esports, as they picked up the sponsorship. So, by the way, King's Cup starts tomorrow.
Oh, does it? I didn't even recognize.
Now that you're wearing that crown, might as well bring that up. That just reminded me.
Just wanted to be a king for today, that's all.
No, looking forward to that, of course. So let's get into the game. The draft, that is. Yeah, okay, that bit's over. You can take off the crown now. Not the most comfortable wall casting. Either way, so you look at these rosters now. The interesting thing about this is that ex-ferzee, they used a stand-in the other day. They used Ramses, was actually playing for them, of course, of Virtus Pro. They still lost that series. That was against Alliance, why they're here in the first place. However, today they're like, all right, Ramses couldn't carry us to victory. Let's pick up NoOne. NoOne's pretty good too. He normally plays that mid role anyways. So they're going with NoOne. Yeah, I find it curious how that's just been happening. Supposedly they're allowed to do it even, but
he's bottled up at the 30-yard line.
All right, I might have been watching something during the break. Let me turn that off real quick. There we go. Back to us. Where's the crown?
Sorry.
All right.
All right.
Production value here. Here we go. All right.
Oh, real professional here, man.
We made it. We're adapting.
I thought you were just cheering because you're like,
yeah.
no one was here.
It kind of worked out well.
It's going wild. But, I mean, they also switched up drafters today. I mean, I guess they realized, you know, I don't know what's happening with their team. Maybe he's sick or whatever it may be. But it's just like, you know, Ramsey was playing mid. You're like, Ramsey's not a natural mid player. You know, let's get their mid player. You know, let's get NoOne.
Ask NoOne, yeah.
We're friends with them. I'm sure some of them were teammates once upon a time, whether it be Vansco or Afterlife in the earlier days. I'm not 100% sure on this.
We were trying to look it up, and it was hard to find, actually.
Yeah, I mean, CIS region, they're all over the place. They've stood in for other teams, you know. But they actually switched up drafters once again. So Vansco is now drafting. He was drafting for Na'Vi for a little bit too. In some games, I'm not sure how frequent that was either, but some games he was. So
has that history.
Back to casting. I mean, NoOne's not really a drafter, so as far as I know, but
no, he just plays.
Yeah, he just plays.
Plays and plays well.
Phenomenally, so yeah.
In that mid role. All right, the draft has begun though. Winter Wyvern Centaur opening. The Centaur, this is a team. ex-ferzee, again, I'm trying to call them Gambit now. Their new name after all. They like Centaur. They've been running it more frequently than other teams. In fact, we were seeing a banned against them even. Yeah. In some matchups. So
I mean, it's good. I mean, they're going back, they're resorting back to their comfort heroes. They have a relatively high win rate with them, and it comes down to each team. Each team kind of has and develops their own meta, you can say. So them going into their comfort pick, Centaur, once again, I mean, it's an ideal pick, and with the Winter Wyvern has a lot of synergy, strong burst, good lane presence, and strong lane pressure as well.
Hippomaniacs on the other side. This has been a fun team to follow. Throughout the Group B. Again, they took a game off Alliance. They defeated Espada, which is why they're even here in the first place. So some new names. Supreme's been the big one. Once again, for me to watch here for this team. Very, very good mid player. Sometimes by the safe lane, depending on who he's playing. He's kind of their carry, though. He's he's their Miracle equivalent. Now, I'm not saying he is Miracle skill level by any means. I mean, who really is, right? But that's the point. Tiny Curry. That's a combination that we've seen plenty before, too.
You know, some people are just Admiral Bulldogs and just play like two heroes, man.
Curry's limited, it feels like, yeah.
Unfortunately, Alliance isn't in this game, so you can't really... That reference isn't as some LA giggles.
I mean,
sorry.
They were just there.
They were just there, but now they're out, so...
Oh, jeez, that's true.
But yeah, so they're like both teams. They're just going with what they're generally most comfortable with. You know, Supreme generally thrives and excels off this Morphling pick, but as far as I know, they love this Morphling pick best. Oh, it is banned actually, but from what I know, they always snap pick it right after a Mirana pick, just because you have that heavy burst and catch with it. You know, you have waveform into like stealing his leap into his arrow, wombo comboing, because I've always seen it like insta snap pick, but this game they banned it out early, so we'll see what Hippomaniacs will do. I mean, it's kind of confusing because I want to call him ex-ferzee because it says ex-ferzee there, but then they have the Gambit flag. But I think I think when you kind of set your team, you're stuck with that name, but you can change the logo. You just can't change the team name.
Okay.
Yeah.
They'll get that figured out, I'm sure, eventually.
So Necrophos is a good pick. I mean, generally one of the better heroes against these tanky, strengthy cores.
Strengthy, I like it.
Yeah, strengthy cores, and you can deal with him. Pretty good laning phase versus the Centaur as well.
Remaining.
It's kind of interesting with that Ghost Shroud, though, right? Because he pops Ghost Shroud, Centaur with that double edge being magic damage.
Is it damage? Yeah, it is damage.
It is magic damage, yeah. So that's crazy enhancement. So
Just kidding, I knew that, guys.
at the same time, that's I mean, I get your point, but it's like you got to be careful, I suppose. I mean, maybe after he uses a double edge, ideally, you want to then pop Ghost Shroud. Just try to keep it in mind. It's not the longest cooldown though. So
it is called double edge for a reason. He's going to be dealing a lot of damage. So it's like if Necro is 6 and you don't get that instant burst, he's going to obviously turn it around, get that heal into Reaper Scythe, and then hey, because you're only going to use 2 spells, you can't right click the guy, right? So he can turn it around and get he's going to be low enough, just enough for the Reaper Scythe. And there it is, Bane. Another setup for Centaur. Now you have 2 strong slows with the Winter's Curse, and then a Bane Sleep to set up for the Centaur. Like the pick, good lane pressure, lane secure hero.
and Vansker likes to play this hero. We've seen him play throughout this event. I feel like.
Isn't it? Yeah, Vansker's hero.
10 seconds.
It might be
remaining.
King R. That's a good point because they already have a Wyvern too.
Yeah,
But,
no, you're right. It is
5
Vansker's hero.
seconds remaining.
I was thinking of the other team, that guy that was constantly feeding in mid lane with his Bane. Or
Misha
Misha, yeah.
of
That's
Espada.
wrong team here. Too early in the morning.
Still, it's always going to be too early for Jimmy. I mean, it's
Hey, tomorrow we gotta shift
Tomorrow's
at 4
early.
a.m. man.
Tomorrow's
I can say that.
actually
But
early.
that's way too early.
yeah. No, that's going to be 3 hours earlier start tomorrow than normal that we've been starting, guys. So that'll be Lithium versus the winner of this, and then the winner of that will play NIP, as we just found out.
So I mean, we know Tiny is gonna be in the. No, he can still play 4, right? Have we seen it yet? I'm not sure.
I feel like it's always been in Curry's hands.
Yeah, for the most part, I think 80-90% of the games it's always been Curry's.
Yeah.
Necrophos wants to be laned up against the Centaur. Tiny CM is a pretty good offlane together to have some higher kill
Radiant
potential.
team pick.
Earth Shaker.
Okay, so that
Okay.
yeah,
So,
more
Shaker's a 4 then.
core Tiny indeed. You mentioned Necrophos maybe wants to be matched up against Centaur, but that would mean ideally maybe safe lane. So
Yeah, he'll be safe lane with the CM then. And
okay.
then I mean, they can kind of switch just depending on what they decide on the safe lane is. Where is CM going to be better in this off lane, or
10
better to
seconds
secure the lane with
remaining.
Necrophos, and same with Earthshaker if he's going to be able to roam or play the top
5
lane,
seconds
bottom
remaining.
lane. So they have relatively open picks, but for the most part, it'll be Earthshaker or Tiny top.
Dire team
Matched
battle.
up against Invoker.
Invoker.
That's a no one invoker. Not just an invoker, no one's invoker.
Afro9, he is not here. He's the one that's been out with Ramsey's replacing the day before, and then no one now stepping in. So, yeah, this is always already interesting.
I'm already hyped.
Yeah.
We're
10
into
seconds
for an interesting
remaining.
game. You have multiple setups for this invoker throughout the game. You
5
know, from
seconds
Winter's
remaining.
Curse to Bane's setup with Grip and Sleep, and Centaur as well for the Sunstrike combo. And the Wombo combo too, because if Winter Wyvern gets a curse on like at least 2 heroes, Invoker will be able to tornado them, EMP, whatever, you know, just do an Invoker thing.
Throw the spells.
Radiant
Just
Spam
throw
that
the
keyboard.
spells. I don't know what
Slam
no
it.
one does, man. He just do everything, man. Do
Yeah,
what you
good, great setup with Sunstrike. I definitely expect this to be Exor for sure. Centaur and
But
Bane.
the thing is, this Quaswex is really good. It's a Necrophos counter too, and he rushes the Spirit
Oh.
Vessel.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
and you have more control in the fights.
Okay.
You have early game tempo, but eventually, I mean, if you have a good early game, he's gonna develop into
10
like this late game
seconds
invoker.
remaining.
And
He'll
it's
get
not-
the Exor
yeah.
there. Yeah, of course.
You just call it the late game invoker. There's no Exor.
5
You know what I mean?
seconds remaining.
Yeah.
Fair. Yeah, so maybe not the early Sunstrikes, but yeah, later on, of course.
Radiant
Ideally, it's just
team
he's gonna
pick.
go his phase or treads into Vessel, Ags, and then BKB because he definitely needs BKB this game too. He's pretty
Broodmother.
unstoppable.
That Broodmother ban coming out after the Mirana ban from Hippomaniacs, so ex-ferzee. Think another safe lane hero.
That was probably the
Likely.
only hero that they felt like Hippomaniacs can cheese them with because
10
they don't really have an
seconds
answer for
remaining.
him. Especially with an Invoker pick, you just put the Brood mid, and Invoker's just honestly he's
5
useless.
seconds
He's just like a
remaining.
creep, and he's just gonna he can't even leech XP after Brood's 3. He's gonna
Yeah.
take a fast level tier 1 and just snowball the game. And Invoker it's too fast paced for Invoker. Invoker just he needs a slower game. He needs to win his matchup mid.
So ex-ferzee, core options, things like, I mean, Spectre still there, Terrorblade, a couple more that stand out, perhaps over others.
Yeah, I mean they need a hero that's gonna be able to hit towers because I mean you have Tiny, but Tiny is gonna likely to play off lane. They need something that's Lina maybe.
Oh, I was
Lina?
thinking for
Yeah.
Gambit.
Oh, for Gambit.
Yeah, with
Oh,
their pick.
okay, yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to think for Hippo's pick.
You just invested in Hippomaniacs, man.
Yeah, man, they've been having some crazy games lately.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
just-
We like to have fun saying the name and everything, but they genuinely have been pretty solid.
Yeah, it's
Been
kind of
fun to
interesting.
watch.
It's because we obviously both underestimate
Yeah.
them coming from an open qualifier team, and none other players are really known. But obviously, Curry and Supreme making some standout performances these past couple days. So I mean, hey, they're one game away from making top 4 in this GG.Bet Invitational.
There you go.
Oh.
You got it. You got it.
Hey, I didn't want to. It was too early, man.
It's not the Community and Staff Cup.
Yeah, it's not the
It's-
community.
as it says at the top of
It's
the
just
screen.
deceiving all around, like ex-ferzee, and then
Yeah.
you have a star Gambit flag. So
Who knows, right?
who knows?
No, this is a decider match, though.
Yeah.
We do know that.
Dire
They
team
spent all that time. They had it left over, might as well. Ursa Warrior.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, Invoker's the true. You call it like when you have a matchup like this. Ursa's not a real carry in the game. Yeah, he's playing the carry position with a carry player, but when you put in perspective, it's like the true one of this game is Invoker because he's the one that's always gonna have the highest net worth, doing the most
10
AOE or just
seconds
doing the most
remaining.
damage in this game. And he's much more late game than Ursa
5
in
seconds
comparison.
remaining.
And Ursa is he's more of a tempo controller. He farms his fast blink into Basher, Abyssal, BKB, and he just wants to kill one hero, and then that's kind of it. And then he has to take a little bit of time, reset, and do it again. But then, like I said, Invoker is just his items are going to be much more important. Alchemist,
You may
good
now
pick.
select
I like
your
that a lot.
heroes.
It does fairly well versus Invoker generally. I was gonna say they could put Ursa mid, but that seems pretty bad. I think no one will be okay playing against this Alchemist mid. They have 2 good, strong roamers. They have Bane, they have Winter Wyvern that can obviously rotate onto the Alchemist, and they'll set up for Invokers. Meatball into Cold Snap, and they'll be easy to kill Alchemist pre-6. What's important for ex-ferzee or Gambit is to get these deep jungle wards so Alchemist can't jungle effectively, and when he is in the jungle, like these supports can roam with the Centaur or Ursa, and then you'll always have a setup with this Invoker. So that's the ideal win scenario.
Okay.
But I think both drafts are fairly even. I don't think one really has a strong upper edge
Yep.
towards one another. But I do like Gambit's lineup much more as when it comes to like late game and scaling. I think it's much more favorable in that sense because Invoker can kind of control it's generally good versus Alchemist and both Necrophos as well, and Tiny's just kind of there, and that's where Ursa comes in and controls him in the fights. So I will favoritize Gambit, not because of no one, but just the draft alone, So,
Okay, that's fair.
but then again, Hippomaniacs has proved us wrong multiple times in the past with
Yeah.
they have very strong, I guess, comeback mechanics, you can say. They've won like games where we thought they would lose, or they would put up insane fights and some insane team fights. They would take this one Roshan fight or one smoke where they just come back from like a 10k gold deficit. So
They got that team fight, which is a theme we've kind of noticed with this team as well. They like to run with. Alchemist being played by Supreme, though. Remember, obviously Morphling is one that maybe stands out more so for him, but he did have an Alchemist game. I want to say that was the game that they won against the Lions even. Who was playing Alchemist. I'll have to check back on that. Either way, I know he's played it, and played it well. So looking forward to seeing how he does once again here now in this series. As we're kicking it off. Always with an Alchemist 2 of the Axe.
they'll probably use 3 heroes somewhere to secure at least 2 bounty runes for this Alchemist. I mean, it's a lot different now. I don't... Yeah, bounty rune multiplier, they changed it. You don't get as much gold anymore. You still get a double the amount, so it's still pretty good.
Still worth it.
Yeah, of course it's still worth
priority.
it. If you can get 4, ooh, that's hard though.
That shouldn't happen.
Yeah. Oops.
One of my favorites.
That requires a mistake, pretty significant mistake to be made on the other side. So, no one did get the expert at level 1, but you know we did see last series even where expert level 1, then he started leveling up the Quaswex anyway. So maybe this is.
Oh, dude. So Gambit is actually one step ahead of them. They're actually swapping their lanes and they're mind tricking Hippomaniacs here because they're putting Tiny and Ursa's laning against a Tiny, which he ideally wants, and then Necro against the Centaur. Right? Is that right? Yeah.
Oh, it's just shaping up. Yeah.
Yeah, they're swapping lanes around.
Okay.
Afterlife playing the safe lane Centaur here instead of the Tiny.
Throwing it off a little bit. We'll see if Hippomaniacs, as soon as they realize that, you know what they may do. So, have a Sunstrike over here from no one. Suspecting almost caught Crystal Maiden, but I don't know if he might have seen him for a split second, got some information, but either way. Really connect. Vansker already zoning out Curry at the top. Not giving away, you know, who's going to be here, though. At least for the supports. Earthshaker and Necrophos will control the runes at the bottom, so it ends up being the 2 for 2. Again, having the Alchemist.
Yeah. It's important that you can see the Centaur and the Ursa Warrior are hiding because they don't want to reveal their lanes. But this is the ideal setup that they wanted. They wanted this Ursa to be matched up against Tiny here. Vanscore, of course, going for the potential Courier snipe. Zoning out the CM as well. Courier's AFK. Look, the CM's actually, he knows Bane is probably
Yep,
out here.
there you go. He sees him.
Oh, why did he run down?
Yeah, he just gave that away, right?
Oh, I think he did that to scare him and then just TP out.
Okay.
I get that. So now he's just camping. You see how he's so scared?
Oh, so he's not sure if he's still
Yeah,
there.
so he's like, what's up, bro? I'm still here. So
he's
the
just going
CM
to deliver it.
So because of that, and is laying that Courier, this Tiny has like no lane whatsoever, and it's just hurting his game a little bit here. And CM has to deliver this Ring of Protection for him. Now he's going to TP top.
Yeah. All right, so nice little mind game there from Vansker. But yeah, is to the top lane now on Crystal Maiden and already thrown out that Crystal Nova.
It's a little details there, you know?
Yeah. It's fun to pick up on.
Yeah, this lane is going to be good for Centaur. If he's going to be able to get his fast levels, he'll be able to kill this Necro anytime too. Especially, I think level 3 is going to be their prime time on when they want to look into FFing someone, focus firing.
Here come those terms again. Abbreviations.
Bane will just try to harass them to get them like, you know, around 75% HP or something. That's when you have actual kill potential. But obviously, if you don't have full if you have full HP, you'll never be able to kill this Necro. I get you. He's trying to zone him out, but double quick pushing into the tower now.
Not
Maiden
easy
getting
task.
zoned out by Wyvern here.
Vansker throwing into sleep. He's going to prevent Muff from pulling.
Yeah.
Realize what he was wanting to do. And it still might get the small centaur now.
Fan score checking the rune. DD. Whoa, this is some good item.
He's coming mid with it. And Alchemist is playing up right now. In fact, we already have Winter Wyvern roaching against Supreme. He's dead. He just got caught with his hand in the cookie jar right there. That's first blood going the way of King R. Double damage Bane, not even needed.
Hands in the cookie jar.
Slammed it shut.
How
Ever
did, you,
happened to you?
how did you use that hands in the cookie jar?
Hands in the cookie jar, yeah. You know,
Well,
that's the cookie jar with cookies.
what does that have to
He's
do
like,
with-
I want some cookies.
Oh.
And then all of a sudden, it gets slammed shut on
The
it.
cookies are creeps, right?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, I got you. But yeah, as I was talking about, though, like you have kill potential with this Invoker and this Alchemist, and you need that because otherwise it's like this Alchemist and this Invoker are just going to be essentially trading farm, and you don't want to trade farm, especially this early in the game. You just need 1 or 2 kills on this Alchemist, and eventually you're going to be like level 4, level 5, while Invoker's like a level above him. And, like you want to force this Alchemist to hit the jungle, and that's when Gambit will force these aggressive wards on both sides of the jungle from there and just make his game miserable. And it just really comes down to how these supports play from Gambit.
Vansker speaking out that he committed suicide there again. We've been seeing he more than anyone else has actually been doing that quite often.
Another sleep going here on bottom.
Since value. Centaur stomp, not going to happen though. Good sleep taken off by Necrophos. Assistance trying to farm this little camp. It's not the most farm to come from it, but Centaur's actually taking some good damage. Death Pulse, it connects. Matter of time before hit. I don't think it's going to
Should
kill
be
him.
fine. He's another stun in 6.
Has a ring of health.
Salve.
He's good.
Yeah. Oh, his double salve too. That was Vance for salve.
He has
So he's
enough
gonna be
to
level
fight.
4 after this. Oh, oh my god.
Canceled.
Other ones.
Oh, it didn't even. Okay, yeah, he popped the other one. That makes sense.
Come on, bro.
I went away for a second.
So Centaur is level 4 now. He should be getting another level in Double Edge. And that now they do have some kill potential on this Necrophos. But he is full HP. He's saving his skill point just in case, but actually went for a return. Guess he didn't see the kill potential there.
Okay.
I mean, it's still good. I mean, every time he harasses him now, he's going to take some damage.
Look
But-
at Invoker, man. 23 and 15 denies. Against Alchemist.
I mean, it was just that one kill. I mean, Alchemist was leading on the CS only by 1, but now like that one kill just changes the matchup completely here, and that's all they needed. Just snowball his lane. Now he's just like super pressured here.
And he is committed to leveling up Exort. He is going the Quas Exort build.
Yeah. And now, like I said, he's that one kill and he's forced to jungle. It just changes this matchup completely.
Doxock top lane is also doing great.
Radiant
Doing some
are
pressure.
scanning.
And from a 50-50 lane matchup, you know, meaning both heroes will farm.
Yeah.
One kill just now. It's all of a sudden, like I said. Alchemist is forced to jungle. Bounty runes are coming out. Very important rune here.
Oh, nice block.
Great block by Muff Doto.
Yeah, did a good job right there, and he's going to secure his own on top of that. Now the top lane, I believe it was picked up by the Radiant squad. Here the Sun Strike. Oh my god, that almost hit. So he able to just barely dodge it, but they killed Tiny just before anyway, so the priority kill there.
Lag.
Yeah. Sure, that was part of it.
Elka's happy, right? That was 3 bounty runes for
3, yeah.
Hippomaniacs there. Oh, we're getting their names right now.
It's finally learned after 3 days of casting them here. Yeah.
But the thing is, Alchemist, he shouldn't lane mid anymore. He has no lane in mid because you can see Invokers, he's already level 6.5 with 25 denies on his Alch. It's just, you're better off just hitting the jungle and giving a support, abandoning it or just giving it to one of the supports instead.
Curry makes the best of that death there. He TP's bottom, ends up getting the kill on Centaur. And then Necrophos will TP to the top lane, so clearly Hippomaniacs doing a bit of a lane swap, but yeah, still doesn't address that whole middle lane as you're talking about it. It's Alchemist having to jungle.
Looking for a potential kill here on top. Centaur actually rotated over here. Double slow, another stomp, into hoof stomp.
Yeah, that should be an easy
Double
kill.
edge.
Into a Sunstrike, which doesn't even hit because he's dead anyways.
They don't respect no one enough to give him that kill.
Yeah, could have, but
Just because you're no one, you know, I'm not going to give you this kill. Don't give a hoot.
Hippomaniacs down only 3 to 2 hero kills, but the early game does favor Gambit, it feels like. I just keep looking back at that CS of no one, man. 37 and 27. He's basically playing versus the computer here. He's not playing versus players.
Oh,
so.
and the denied ward here in mid.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Ring of Acula. He's got the power treads almost online.
Interesting build here. Invoker has 2 in Quas, 2
Oh,
in
yeah.
Wex, 3 in Exort. You know, you can see Necro's doing the walk of shame back
Dire's
top.
tower
Alchemist is dead.
Oh, that's a solo kill.
Sunstrike,
With
I'm
Sunstrike,
pretty sure.
yeah. Well, that's the beauty of Bane, though. Bane Invoker, what we were talking about earlier, right? It's just like one support can just generally roam. Ideally, best with Bane because you can be right-clicking in top of the Nightmare.
And the Sunstrike's is easy as heck. That's probably the best setup for Sunstrike.
And it's the best right now to constantly pressure this Alchemist his pre-6. You can see he's coming back in mid lane, level 5 against level 8. Invoker's going to be able to deny every creep here.
Sleep taken off immediately by Earthshaker, saving Curry, but Invoker's like, all right, fine, we'll just take Earthshaker. And there's that easy Sunstrike setup. So yeah, the value of the early Sunstrike was just too good to pass up for no one in his team, and he's already made it work several times.
He's definitely happy. They're going to shrine up here, and then Bane's going to... Oh, Bane's still in that boots.
How much he's been moving, that's almost surprising.
No, he's gotten a few kills and he's been a part of it, but he's just a very, these kinds of players, he's a very selfless kind of support, right? He's just focused on, like, I know he has his boots queued up, but it's like, we don't have vision, it's by vision, it's carry these TPs, it's constantly roam. He doesn't care about creeps. You can see he's 0 creeps, 0 last hits, and 0 denies. Well, the denies are different, but, oh, free creep from there, 1 creep. Donation by the Necrophos, he got a little snared.
Help him out.
Well, he actually could have, he could kill him because it's 2 pure damage spells too, so.
True.
How much damage?
Nope.
did Exort?
God, if he gets slept here, I mean, that's a kill.
Yeah.
But sleep range is pretty short.
Yeah. He doesn't have boots either.
True. You see Supreme, you know something, so he's just going to keep his
Radiant
positioning
are
as it is.
scanning.
Radiant scans him in the area. Just ding him, but it doesn't look like much is going to come of that. Curry bottom lane getting low. Making his way back to the tower, though, before, unless the Sunstrike hits. Just waiting for it. He's just saving the Sunstrike.
Alchemist is catching up now. He's doing a little better. Understands. I mean, unfortunately, though, Invoker has a pretty free game here. He's level 9 already at 9 minutes into the game.
Yeah.
He's just getting so much EXP and free gold because of all these Sunstrike kills and setups for him.
Top lane, is there another one? It's not a kill, though, because Necrophos, he barely stays alive, pops a Ghost Shroud. Now he's looking to turn. With the assistance of Crystal Maiden and Earthshaker, Enchant Totem Stun doesn't connect. There's a Reaper's Sight, though. It doesn't kill him, however.
There's a hood.
But it will set it up. Yeah, Hooded Defiance already on Centaur.
Unfortunately, I mean, ideally you want to kill the Necrophos when he's using Ghost Shroud, and then you would get your Nightmare into Sunstrike and Wombo combo for the extra magic burst. But unfortunately, you know, things came close. Vanscore is falling off a little bit on levels, level 4.5.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Hippomaniacs are securing the bounty runes here on top lane. No one making a rotation top.
Coming over, TP'ing in. That's Centaur's also here.
He didn't want to use his spell. I kind of understood that.
This'll come
He's
in
waiting
handy.
for the Ghost Shroud to go off so he can Tornado, but if he Tornadoes first and then he Ghost Shrouds, then they don't really have an answer for it.
Okay. Either way, they get 3 bounty runes on the side of the Radiant, so can take away, especially against an Alchemist, extra value there. As you mentioned, though, Alchemist is doing okay. He's recovered, but unfortunately, that might be stalled here again unless the Chemical Rage kicks in, which it does. And now he's beating down his teammate Necrophos. Not going to kill him, though. The Winter's Curse. Splinter Blast also used, but again, not nearly enough damage. So good response from Hippomaniacs.
They actually did have enough damage, I felt. It was what happened was he used his Splinter Blast. That happens kind of frequently. It's like the slow setup for the Tornado, and he used a Splinter Blast while the Tornado went off, so it missed.
Unfortunate. Yeah, that can cause issues sometimes if you're not careful with communicating on that.
It's life. It's afterlife.
Afterlife's on the Centaur, but yes. Bottom. They want Doxock, however, King R is nearby. Coldiver's not leveled up, though. Oh, goes for the big play.
So we know Curry can't dunk anymore, right? That just shows it.
Dire's structures
Trying to
are
go for the alley-oop right there. That's there was the alley, definitely no oop, though.
Curry ain't no assist player, you know, he's a...
Invoker coming over, and no bounty rune spawning, just simply finding him in the area. But yeah, trying to take advantage of that poor man's Blink Dagger.
Oh, I think what happened was he actually tossed on the creep rather than tossing on the hero.
Okay.
Yeah, because I was like wondering what happened there. But yeah, Earthshaker dropped on top of the creep instead of first himself.
So more of a miscue on Tiny's part. Up here, Necrophos, they catch him, and Kenny has a Ghost Shroud up, saving him for the time being. Reaper Sight turn. Not nearly enough damage, though, and Necrophos will fall.
Whosoever stands
So it ends up working out.
Invoker and Centaur so far. Alchemist is caught up now, though. 63 CS, and I think he should be the highest net worth in the game. So he's caught up very well. You know, the laning stage didn't matter for the first, like, his died only once, right? Yeah, twice. Those deaths don't really matter that much because, like, the nature of how Alchemist works is, like, it doesn't matter how many times you kill him early, but, like, the first, like, 6 minutes didn't matter. But it's just, like, what you do after to control him. And you can see there's not that much pressure right now. As I say that.
That's changing quickly. However, Crystal Maiden's here. There's a Sunstrike. It is going to connect. He has a chemical range, though. The Witch's Curse and Necrophos stalling him nearby. They do eventually shred up Alchemist, though. Ursa doing plenty. Vansker probably going to fall in response, but definitely worth it.
Clutch. Vansker just sacrificing his life here. They knew he's dead. Clutch Winter Curse, though, by, what's his name? King R. CM was actually about to bite the Bane to cancel the grip, and then like super clutch Winter Curse, and that changes it completely because Alchemist actually got his ulti off. And if you're able to cancel it, Alchemist would have survived. Maybe the Hippomaniacs would have lost the support for it, but you know, so what? But you know, I said good play by King R, good positioning, perfect place, perfect time.
No one putting the ice wall down, cutting off his path. Some Muff goes the other direction, but he has Necrophos coming over. Now no one, maybe overstepped. Deafening Blast will snipe out for the kill, killing spree for him. And the Stampede makes sure to get out of there as well.
This game is going to be, did you hear me yawning? It's going to be a hard game. Invoker's actually going to be picking up his Vit booster soon as well, which turns into a Vessel, which he should have by 14 minutes here. That just makes Necro and Alchemist's game that much more harder.
It is very good against this team, you're right. Can Alchemist with the Purge, the Chemical Rage, but when that's up, you can use it, slash Necrophos doesn't have a way around that. They go too deep this time, though. Facing this a couple of times, he's gotten out. Not this time, however. The toss secures the kill. The Winter's Curse just a little bit too late. Might kill Tiny with the Lulibus. He does. But now the Reaper's Scythe sets up the Crystal Nova.
Down into the
Take out King R.
Unfortunate, not enough damage. I mean, killing a Tiny is just generally pretty difficult, even though you have this Cold Snap on him, but this status resistance is just not enough.
So bad.
Disables, stuns, slows, just wears off too quickly. And during that whole time, Alchemist has been farming, and he's closing up. He should be having his Relic up in, let's say, after this camp. Then he'll probably get the Ancients. Be close to it, if anything.
Yeah, Radiance in the next 3 minutes or so. Well, he's dead. Sleep set up into a Centaur combo.
This game just feels so good for this Invoker. And I know like no one's like so happy right now. It's just like, you know, this game's just so easy. I don't have to do this skill Sunstrikes. It's just, I mean, I'm sure he'll hit them, but it's just, why go through that difficulties when you have all this perfect setup by erzee?
His build is really interesting. I'm not gonna lie, yeah, because you go back, he leveled up to level 3 X or at level 5, and then he's just been going Quaswex since then.
Yeah.
So
hearing bounty runes here by Gambit. So bottom lane.
Yeah, gonna just get that bounty.
3 for Gambit here. Only 1 for Hippomaniacs.
That's the second one in a row like that.
I'd be pretty sad if I was Alchemist.
Slows him down. Maybe he would have the Radiance if it's the other way.
He's happy with constantly just farming this little triangle camp here. CM doing a good job making sure it's secured with centering on both sides. They got that D ward as well, so.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Blink
attack.
Dagger on Centaur, Blink on Earthshaker, still a while. What about Ursa? Does he have his? 2,400 gold saved up, so Doxock has the ability to purchase it.
He bought it.
Which he does.
Dyer's
Gets it
top
there.
tower
Crystal
is under
Maiden
attack.
being run around. Oh, they're going to jump onto Earthshaker instead as Centaur. However, the back line's going for Alchemist. DMP's put down. Those Cold Snap procs coming out. He gets the Chemical Rage. No, he doesn't even have it. Never mind. He was just locked up with Feed Script the whole time. And they finished the job.
The way that they're playing Gambit, it's good. They're constantly playing very fast-paced. They're playing very aggressive, constantly on the Hippomaniac side of the map because they know they shouldn't just sit back and farm and give Alchemist this super free game. You know what? And what teams end up doing that is just like Alchemist is going to snowball, get his Radiance, Blink, Manta, and it just becomes this untouchable phase for the next like 20 minutes. But instead, you know, you can see no one, like, he hasn't really been touching any lane creeps for the past. Yeah, his net worth isn't that high, but he's hindering Hippomaniac's net worth by roaming constantly here with his team.
Doxock going for Curry, the perfect timing. Can he snatch it? Yes. Oh, Doxock takes the Aegis, though. He snatched the Roshan kill, but the Aegis is picked up by Doxock. So he's still liking that. Muff goes down to no one, meanwhile. And now Trinity will throw it in. That freezing fill from Senny, keeping Gambit out of the Roshan pit. As soon as it wears off, the Doxock runs back in. He's going to pop the Aegis right away as a result of that. Not sure about that decision, but he comes back up, and now the Reaper Scythe finishes off Bane. However, that puts Mr. Saberlight in a bad spot. Nice heal. So Shroud going for the quick TP. Sunstrike, not in time.
Whoa. Clutch TP there.
It was.
He didn't get for the greedy kill on Centaur, but that Aegis, that Curry jumping in, getting the wombo combo was really nice. What happened there, once again, King R, perfect place, perfect time, perfect spell usages. He got that Winter Curse, which is why he wasn't able, Curry wasn't able to pick up the Aegis. He got disabled during the duration, so.
Despite getting the kill.
That's why it was snatched though, but I mean, he still got the last hit on Roche, got a lot of free EXP and gold for his team.
And the Aegis was used right away.
Yeah.
So I guess you could say that was actually pretty good for Hippo. Even especially with Saberlight getting out at the end. In fact, they might find a kill on no one now. Yeah, he's dead. Witch's Curse. Did I speak too soon? Definitely not. Zenny finishes off. Yeah, that's not going to delay that. In fact, the Radiance burn kicking in from Alchemist, as you see nearby, too.
This is the timing for Hippomaniacs a little bit, that they are able to somewhat pressure. I mean, they want to still like chill out a little bit. Yeah, Radiance is picked up online, but if you force these fights with Alchemist right now and you end up losing them, it just hurts him so much because he's able to accelerate his farm by like 4 or 5 times just because of this Radiance alone. He just wants to pick up, wait for his Blink Dagger, and then that's when they want to look into smoke and pressuring them even more. Because Invoker's not like super duper strong right now. He's not out of control. They can still control him. but they just need this Blink Dagger from Alchemist to do so. And Earthshaker is about 800 gold away. You know, once this Blink Dagger is picked up on Alk, they'll be able to take a team fight, probably take a tier 1, and that's when Shaker's going to get his Blink, and then they're going to constantly be able to play with each other after that. And then Alchemist will be finished his Manta by then, and yep.
Invoker still needs plenty of time before that Axe is picked up. He has the point booster, but still 3,000 gold needed.
No one running with his team once again, but Hippomaniacs understanding potentially where Gambit's playing, so they're playing on the complete opposite side of the map. But they do know, like, hey, like, we have their wards jungled. No one's going to be playing up here, so we're going to run towards bottom. Guys on top, be ready with your TPs to react to it, because he's constantly pressuring the top lane, but they are ready to TP. You can see Bane's already setting up bottom.
Yeah, they got King R there. And there's Vanskirk going down too. So they had that idea in mind, but somewhat backfire. The smoke play of Hippomaniacs catches them off guard. They do get the top tier 2? No, it's actually not going to be killed. Still up.
Hippomaniacs reading the map very well, understanding where Gambit's plays and players are, and because of that, you know, they get 2 free kills for them, and they get a tier 1 out of it.
Yeah, I think Hippomaniacs is looking very good all of a sudden now. Up 3,000 net worth even to lead the way. Now top lane, Necrophos, Sunstart connects, but he's going to heal it up in time. Puts on the Reaper side just simply to stun Ducksack, keep him off.
I was wondering how he didn't take any damage. He magic wanded that too.
And now Ursa, he's turned. Sets this up, Freezing Field. Yes, he goes down. Saberlight gets the kill. He starts getting a regen. And bottom lane, they kill Earthshaker. No one does that. Is Winter's Curse on Tiny as he jumped in though. That Burn's still doing the work. It will eventually chase down No One for the kill.
That tip by Saberlight saying in all chat, that was costly, just showing like, hey man, you committed all these heroes on me and you still couldn't kill me? And I get a return kill on you? That's what it feels like, man. It feels good.
The life of Necrophos.
I like this build from Necrophos as well. Wow. Realizes like any other item but a Lotus or a Linken's is going to be able to save him and save his teammates. And it enables this Alchemist too, because eventually if you help this Alchemist enough, he's able to get 6 slots, he'll be able to buy you and donate you a free Aghanim.
It just doesn't stop. They go back in again, they kill King R, they reset, and then Bane's like, hey, I'm going to check out this area now. And then he goes down and look at the
triple tip.
Oh boy, the
Quad
tip game is on point here.
Thank you, Vanscore, for these free kills once again.
Oh, Maniac, 7,000 net worth. Look at the net worth spread too.
It's all Alchemist though,
well, no, it's not. Necrophos and Tiny are second and third.
Holy crap, they are.
It's actually going really well all of a sudden. Gets out, top lane. I don't know. It's you mentioned that timing and everything. It clearly Hippomaniacs feeding off of that. I think this is what I was wondering earlier. Not to suggest I know more than No One by any means, but going the Urn right into a Spear Vessel. That's a lot of gold investment early on to go right into Spear Vessel when you need an Axe on this hero as soon as possible.
Maybe next game Ramsey will step in too, and we'll have No One Ramsey.
Okay, let's calm down there.
Just kidding.
Well, that would be something. Hopefully that wouldn't even be allowed. That would be pretty absurd. But yeah, that's and the Axe, like I said, is still at least about 2,000 net worth away, so he definitely doesn't want to fight anymore until that's finished. You have Ursa, who's still working to try to finish the BKB. So these next tier items for Gambit now are trying to be finished before they can truly engage. They're going to lose Vanscore.
The big issue, it's like studying himself now. The big issue is it's hurting Invoker's game quite a bit. He was trying to roam, and I think they call it like he was doing too much, right? He was roaming so much for the first like 5 minutes from like that whole 12-minute to 17-minute mark, where it didn't pay off. Like if he wasn't getting any of these kills, now because of that, he farmed a fast vessel, but it's delaying his Ags. And even if he picks up Ags, like Hippomaniacs are going to be snowballed so much that Invoker needs BKB to really be strong in the fights. Otherwise, like you can see on Hippomaniacs, every single one of his heroes have some sort of disable or slow to control this Invoker in team fights.
Saberlight. When you think you might have something going, he pops a Ghost Shroud, heals it up. Fiend's Grip, he does have a Yule's been coming to play, and he can now. Avalanche to stop that Fiend's Grip. He's still dying though. Got locked out with Center Stomp, and it will fall. They pick up Crystal Maiden. Alchemist down a pretty bad spot. Somewhat by himself. There goes that Spirit Vessel, so the Chemical Rage all of a sudden not really working. And a double kill for Doxak, so Gambit saying hold your horses.
I guess they got a little greedy with the tier 2. They saw it was really low, so that's why they were lingering and taking so long to like debate whether or not they should take this fight. But at the same time, Gambit did have a strong ward. You can see in their jungle, so they knew exactly where they were at the whole time. But I mean, they should have just chilled a little bit because Alchemist was only 400 or 500 gold away from his Manta, and I think that's a pretty game-changing item there for him. But unfortunately, I mean, it sets him back a little bit, hurts him, and it gives Invoker a little chance to catch up. He did finish his Ags up because of it. They got 2 big core kills, which is the Necro and the Alchemist there.
Yeah, now with that Ags, of course, no one's going to feel a lot more comfortable. How about this very deep ward place by Hippomaniacs in the
good.
base even?
I like it a lot. Just they'll be able to take this tier 2 safely. Earthshaker does have his blink now, so I mean, they have 2 options right now. I mean, they should just finish the Manta on this Alchemist and then look for another fight immediately. Because it's all about constant timings and when you hit them and when your heroes generally peak. Good smoke here by, oh, another counter smoke. I think, do they realize that?
Yeah, well, Curry does. He goes in and immediately gets the kill, the Echo Slam. However, the BKB from Doxak, and that could be a turn now for the Radiant squad. Perhaps Reaper side does cut down Centaur. However, 77 seconds he's out for. Never mind about a turn.
They had a ward vision on it the whole time. They didn't sentry before.
True, that they did.
Well, they did feel this. They did feel a little safe. You can see there is 1 sentry, but that's why they kind of smoked. But dang, that's unfortunate. Actually, Earthshaker echoed nothing there. He echoed the BKB Ursa. I thought he echoed the Invoker, but
yeah, the BKB made it. So didn't really do anything like you said. But Invoker ended up not being there. He's going for the bounty rune at the bottom. He'll actually get both bounty runes on this side of the map.
he said, you know, this Vessel Ags into BKB coming up for Invoker now. It's quite far still, 3,100 gold away.
Might find a kill here.
Still a hard killer. It's tiny.
Let's talk about
Oh,
that
Team
status
2,
resistance, man. Tornado meatball, but he has a little bit of help coming. Tosses away the Ursa. Oh, just not enough. Kill in the end.
This tornado, I haven't seen that Icefall interaction on Tiny in a while, but he breaks out of it so quickly. He's almost level 18 too, so that status resistance is going to be even better. You know, you can see the tornado, it just throws him up and puts him down immediately.
Feels like you just can't lock him down. Obviously, like any other hero, because that's just how it works.
It's all about meteor. Like, if you get a good meteor on him, then like it does so much damage on him. True. 3,000 HP on Tiny, by the way.
Yeah, and also with Chrysalis. I wanted to mention that.
Yeah.
At the Echo Saber. No Shadowblade. He is going to go Shadowblade next.
And Alchemist also opting for this Black King bar as well, because this Invoker is starting to get strong, get his levels. He has his Aghanim, so he can control. Like I said, it's in team fights. It's all about control and who can control who better. And if Alchemist picks up this BKB, then you know they can't really touch him. Ursa can, but that's where the Manta kind of kicks in and disjoints his attacks, kind of confuses him for a little bit too.
Ursa was really hoping Roshan spawned there. He just picked up a double damage. They were sitting in the pit for like 5 seconds. As we see, it's still about 30 though. They keep checking.
Radiant are
Unfortunately, it's not going to be as soon as
they're looking for a kill for sure with the smoke, with this DD.
Alchemist heading that direction. The scan just missed. They're going to find Tiny though, and not the easiest kill. Just gets out of a stun quickly, but it is enough. That double damage on the BKB used on Doxak. Now it's just going to shred through Crystal Maiden as well. Ends up being 2 kills. Reaper side, not going to kill King R initially. Will eventually do him in the EMP, however, Necrophos falling after the fact. And a 3-for-1 in favor of Gambit.
Very fortunate DD from Ursa there. They wouldn't have been able to kill Tiny as quickly as they did.
No one's still going. Sunstrike, it's going to miss. It wants Supreme dead. No more Chemical Rage. Spirit Vessel hoping to take him dead as well. And a couple more auto attacks. Ursa throws them in with the Fury Swipe. So we're still going. It's now Muff again in trouble. It's going to be a complete wipe in favor of Gambit. Tornado will finish him. Triple kill for no one. Game of swings once again.
Guess they don't need Ramsey left, girl.
Got no one Invoker to help out.
Yeah, I mean, this is when he really thrives. This is when, like, you know, this is the best part about Invoker. This is once he gets his levels, he has his Aghanim. It's just, he's going to throw all his spells out, man. Do so much damage in these team fights.
Curry tossing the crit, throwing the tree. It's not enough, though. Invoker will stay alive. And he also scouted Roshan with a Sunstrike at the end there.
Regen
So.
picked up by Invoker as well.
Why not?
Everything's just going on the way
Yeah.
for Gambit here.
The double damage before into a regen. Tornado just in case. Centaur. That's Cheese as well, right? Yeah, Cheese on an Invoker there.
Well, we talked about it earlier. Hippo hit their timing with their spells, their items with his Radiance and Blink, and now it's Gambit's in their favor now with the Aegis picked up, and all their items are coming along together, and now they're hitting their timings, especially with the Aegis and Cheese picked up for Invoker. He's gonna wait until finishes BKB before they start pressuring. He's only 800 away.
You have Centaur sitting on 2,400 gold. I wonder what he's gonna build into. He could just go a full pipe. Or
Fan score?
something else. Man Square went too deep.
Worth it. Now I know where your team's at, bro.
Got you. Did he place this ward here, I'm guessing? Oh,
No, he got a D ward.
Okay.
It's like, yeah, you thought you fooled me? No, I fooled you. I spotted your team, giving my space to my real carry up top lane here.
Lotus Orb picked up on Invoker.
And that actually was a pretty decent death because he was able to get the D ward and spot out 3 of Hippomaniacs heroes, which is the cores and what Alchemist is doing. Like I said, giving space to his cores. Some deaths are good, some deaths are bad. I mean, he didn't need to die, obviously, but that's fine. Just was able to spot everyone out.
It happens.
Bottom showing, Tiny. At the same time, if Tiny is able to get a decent initiation in these fights, he's able to burst down almost anyone here with his Crystallis into Echo Saber. But I don't agree with this Kyros at all. He should get BKB because, but I think he's just probably looking like even if he gets Kyros, oh, he's not gonna die.
Oh, Sunstrike will kill him though. Perfect timing.
Manta? Arteezy?
Have to. More people than just Arteezy can do. BKB on Supreme. Will embrace up in the same center. No one went too deep though. Reaper Scythe eats the cheese right after the fact. So he's back to full.
Perfect BKB timing, that courier delivery. Look at that.
Getting it, pops it right away. Now turning on the Alchemist again. The Spirit Vessel will fly. Lotus are going up, but it doesn't matter. He goes down. Monster kill streak for no one. And now Necrophos, no Ghost Shroud to use. Cataclysm coming out. It helps to get the kill on a Saberlight as well as Earthshaker once again, who just came. He bought back for that, I'm guessing. Yeah.
Beyond godlike for no one. MVP that courier, man. I think that fight could have been totally different if Alchemist got that stun on top of Invoker. But wow. I reference Arteezy because every time Arteezy does it, there's a Reddit thread like, oh my god, Arteezy did this.
Big play.
But, you know, your boy here, Supreme, does it. He ain't gonna get a Reddit thread.
He needs Reddit threads, man. After these last couple of days. Fun to watch. That probably won't happen, sadly. MKP finished on Ursa. He, of course, still has that Aegis. This is, for the first time this game, I really feel confident about one team here moving forward.
Yeah.
Gambit's feeling pretty good.
VP for sure. I mean, yeah.
Sorry, I see what you did there. Manta gonna be used to again, maybe. No, for the concoction out on Centaur. And eventually comes up, but no one. He just wants to fight this. He doesn't have the Aegis himself, but he's just going in with the BKB. Stampede is response.
Oh, crap.
As the curse applied to Alchemist. Gonna get him a little bit low, but they got the racks. Just get out.
That's where Winter Riven loves, like, his hero's so good when it comes to BKB targets because they use their BKBs. They're gonna run around, so it's 2 seconds. He's gonna drop the Winter Curse, which is another almost 5 seconds, and hey, all of a sudden your BKB is gone.
It's that retreat allows him to fall back, almost Naga Siren like, if they need to. The Song of the Siren, but smoke play from Hippo. I don't think it was seen. They smoked before this ward spotted them, but
I guess I understand Curry's build. He doesn't want to go BKB. He just wants to. He's gonna rush his data list because if he's able to jump honestly anyone and he gets his combo off, he wants to instantly take one out of the fight.
Yeah.
And hoping that's like an Invoker or an Ursa Warrior because it's only 1900 HP. It may seem a lot, but not for a Tiny in this caliber. You know, he's just gonna hit him twice with Echo Saber and throw his tree. And that hopefully he gets like 1 or 2 crits and he should be able to burst down anyone. On top of that, if he's with Necrophos as well, he's able to get the Reaper Scythe on top.
Oh yeah, that's added value there.
But Muff, I mean, I haven't seen any big Echo Spawn from him lately. I mean, it's not an easy game for him just because of the Stampede, the pipes and stuff. But I mean, his job is basically to have some sort of lockdown for like Tiny to do some AoE damage, alongside with Alchemist AoE stuns.
It has been a rough time for him, though. Centaur, speaking of him, no pipe this game, but he is going axe. We're just going to go right into it.
The issue is also as well, you see in Gambit's, all of Gambit's heroes aside from Bane, look at their net worth. Look at this. Winter Wyvern is 10k net worth, and then the next closest position 4 is like 4k net worth on this Earthshaker here. And that's, honestly, you can see the net worth difference. That's all like coming down from the support. 5k net worth for Gambit. That's all the Winter Wyvern right there.
King R. I was going to say, he could just buy a Blink now, too, which he does.
And that's what makes these these team fights much differently, because it's like these supports with these extra items are able to do that much more extra damage or like some sort of utility in the team fights in comparison to the other. Like support items, like I think throughout the game it matters a lot. Like you can't just have a support that just has like running around with just a simple blink dagger or just like boots only. Like these glimmers, these force staffs are very, very game changing here. But the fact that, you know, neither supports really have any major items, it kind of hurts their team fight potential here. You can see like this Winter Wyvern, he has a blink dagger, he has Aether Lance, 2 setup spells, he has a force staff for save, he has a glimmer for save or setup, whatever it may be.
Yeah, he's feeling very good. And those 2 items, Lincoln's and Ag's, just finished, in fact.
They are lacking utility. But Necrophos did pick up his Lotus Orb now, which he could use on either Alchemist or most likely the Tiny, because he doesn't have any real defensive items right now, and he's able to go in a little bit more freely. They can't control him with the Grip or Winter Curse. Well, you never really want to Winter Curse the Tiny. You want to Winter Curse anyone else but him.
Oh, yeah.
Only lasts like 2 seconds.
Status resistance, man. Keep going back to that.
Yes, sirree.
Tiny loves it. No one? Scouting out here with that Ghost Walk. There was a sentry down from the Dire team, so they might have saw him.
No one is a lot harder to kill now with his Lincolns picked up, and the only way to have any lockdown from him is either going to be this Tiny or Earthshaker to catch him off guard, and hoping they get him before his BKB.
Oh, he Ghost Walked all the way across the map. Eventually caught up to Crystal Maiden. They want Curry.
See you later, Curry.
There's a slow with the Stampede. He tosses Urza off of him, but
should we say goodnight to him now?
Even with status resistance, good night, sweet Tiny. Kill streak, Alchemist, he's trying to get out of here now. It's just going to continue the nice BKB, but at the same time, that's yet another BKB charge. Not much out of it.
We were getting a little scared for Gambit earlier.
It was looking decent for Hippomaniacs. That window with the radiance and everything, and then the blink. But then no one really started to kick in. He got his axe. Doxock, to his credit too, the MKB pickup has proven to be pretty nice. Earthshaker, they just open up on him. They tear him apart. He's staying dead. Necrophos, he's dead too. He has a buyback.
Not the buyback. Shaker, no buyback. He bought back earlier.
Dire's top
Reset
tower
once
is
again.
under attack.
Let's Roshan timer. It's coming up any time now. They might still look into pressuring. Tiny and Earthshaker are down 45, even though their cooldowns are up. No one pinging bottom. There's going to be a lot of network down there, so someone should be TPing down there to take it immediately. They need to push this bottom lane out quickly. If not, just get some vision all around their jungle, take the shrines, and look into Roshan as the next objective here.
Supreme will have an Octarine core, and it's level 20 for what that's worth as well. Going to be coming up.
Dire's top shrine is under attack.
The potential of, speaking of swings in this game, maybe what could help Hippomaniacs go the other way at least. But it's the utility around, I think, continues to be the fault. We talked about the Lotus Orb earlier on Necrophos, but you can't necessarily rely on that. Crystal Man is still trying to finish a Glimmer cape even. Can't do that just yet. And Earthshaker has just basically been sitting on a Blink Dagger this whole game. So I think the supporting cast continues to be the fault for sure. There's that burst we're talking about now. It's on a Winter Wyvern who just buys back immediately the Freezing Field on Bane. And the Unstable Concoction to finish the job. So they get a buyback. They take out Bane, Sunstrike.
This is where Hippomaniac generally thrive off, right? When they're on a little defeat here, they lose a little bit of their base, and that's when they start making these aggressive calls. But what makes them generally strong is they're not a passive team. They don't care how far behind they are. They love to play on the enemy side of the map.
Yeah.
Sometimes it hurts them, and sometimes it generally it just pays off. And as this moment, you saw 2 support kills forcing a buyback too, and they're still constantly just running into their jungle. They don't care how far behind they are. They know these are the plays that makes your team strong. You have to play and understand, like, you play Dota without fear. It doesn't matter how far behind you are, how much pressure you have. As long as you have no fear and you're able to do this constantly, it's fine. You know, they're winning, they're playing their jungle. You're losing, you're playing in their jungle. And for me, that's a win-win condition right there, a win scenario. Even if they're losing the fights, you know, like I said.
Playing to win, baby.
That's playing to win, baby.
There you go. Invoker gets 25. He's the first one to do so. He gets that AoE deafening blast as a result. And Roshan's up in 1 second.
Octarine is picked up on Alchemist now. He is looking for these Aghanims. So Aghanims first should be on the Necrophos. Just want to put on Crystal Maiden and you get Frostbite everyone around.
That'll probably be last if that. But speaking of Necrophos, he gets found. Sunstrike to take
Looks
him
like
out.
Gambit is going to be going for the GG push here. Are they going to opt for the Aegis? They can get the Aegis and then go high ground. It will be with Refresher. So Refresher for in the Invoker. He'll have double BKB, double...
It's a free Roshan.
Yeah.
They know it's a dieback on Necrophos. No point to rush this.
And you can see no one's already drawing the line mid. I'm going to push in mid lane. This will push in as by the time we finish Roshan, we can just go down and end the game here.
So it's going to be a tough task right now for Hippomasters because Necrophos is still dead for 65 seconds. Even if he's up, it's tough.
Yeah,
But
the issue is like they also do have Ags on Centaur,
Radiant's
which is like
bottom tower
it counters
is under
Necro too.
attack.
If you ever ult someone that's like half HP that you generally kill, just pop the Stampede.
or the Glimmer Cape that you have.
Or Glimmer.
Winter Wyvern, as we've seen. Or Bane. Sleep. No, actually, no.
Bane can sleep. You can save.
Would the sleep work? I guess
yeah,
so.
it does. You save him.
That's a good point. So they have many ways.
You doubted yourself.
I know. Well, it was one of those like it's happened before plenty where suggested I realized right after that. It's the way that was a stupid suggestion. Well, nice curse here to stop Curry.
Canceled his TP actually.
It did. That's the one time you don't mind using curse on Tiny.
Oh.
Toxic, like, wait a second.
He's just delaying the game. But he doesn't have bite. He doesn't bite out. Oh. The tree toss. If it crit, he would have died.
It does not.
That was a, what is it, 20%? 30% chance.
Fiend's Grip hitting Alchemist. Doesn't have Chemical Rage up. Gonna pop it. Now Spirit Vessel. No, BKB. So he gets away for the time being, but you can tell no one wants to chase. Dust is even going to be used. It actually missed him. They even scan the area. They know that no one's still hunting.
Oh, they should back off, man. They don't have...
Nah, he's going. Double tornado into a perfect set. No, he gets tossed up with the heels himself right there. But the Cataclysm is going to take out Saberlight, and Zenny will go down as well. It was a little close, but...
Good luck, have fun by Daxak there.
Daxak.
Daxak.
That's a fun name to say.
Why doesn't he just buy back on Curry?
Dire's top tower.
He's going to have to, yeah. If he doesn't buy back, it's almost accepting GG right here at this point, it feels
Well,
like.
I mean, they know, I guess they're okay. They're just like, whatever, man. We're just going to play with two sides down and hoping for the next comeback, and they just get a little cocky, overextend somehow. Because they can't take any more tower. The tier 2 is live on bottom still. Alchemist sending his illusions to clear that up. But the only play that Gambit can make is Throne, which Centaur's tanking mid already, and he's just chopping away from this tier 4s.
Yeah, it's that decision though, to hold off just barely on your buyback. All of a sudden, one of your tier 4s is not going to fall. So shreds that down. And it's still probably going to commit it, because again, Necrophos is still there for 25. Invoker went too far though. There's that overextension. So they do catch no one.
Little misstep by no one there. You don't see that too often.
Double concoction stun. Bansker with a cold embrace. Eventually it's going to fall though, and they're going to catch Wyvern. So, okay, they do get a little bit of that overplay from Gambit. 100 seconds for Wyvern to die back on him, but no one has it.
Just a little
bit.
Minor overextension. That's the only way for them to come back.
It is. So it's not over yet.
Like I said, you saw how much damage Tiny dealt with them on him there with their Avalanche combo and then triple hit with the Daedalus and the Echo Saber. He did level up his Avalanche too, so he does like almost 1,000 in magic damage on top of his spells.
Big combo, yeah. And the Echo Slam, that was probably one of the best Echo Slams we had in the game. And it was an easy one to be fair, but...
He didn't really need it, to be honest. He could just...
I'm trying to give the guy credit, okay? You know, we're reaming him earlier.
Just visual enchantment. Effect was there.
Alchemist, Chemical Rage, not going to save him.
Radiant
much.
are scanning.
There's that aggressive play once again, though, of Hippomaniacs.
This reminds me of, was it the Alliance game where it's just very back and forth, where they always felt when 2 heroes are dead, they always have this one core that's just, oh, here's a grip going on the bottom.
Trying to secure it. Alchemist even buys back, trying to get here in time. It's not going to be close. Necrophos is already dead. Nice combo from Tiny, but the sleep. They need to get that sleep off. Finally, it is taken off.
Alchemist charges stun so early from the shrine.
Stunned himself along the way. Hey, he's going to get a stun off here on a Venus, or that's Doxac, excuse me, in the midst of it. But the Nullifier shreds Alchemist. Sunstrike is not going to hit, though, and down goes Ursa. So maybe this buyback is working.
What's going on?
I don't know. It just, the game just totally went crazy mode all of a sudden for both teams.
That's what I was saying. It's like this Hippomaniacs, I think they're being like, when they get these like 2 kills, they just feel overconfident with their cores and they just overextend and they don't have a team behind his back, which is what caused the first death on this Alchemist here. Then the Necrophos ended up dying too. No, but Alchemist charges stun when he TP'd in from the shrine, and I was like, there's no heroes nearby, bro. Did you? Maybe he misclicked. That's what it was.
Yeah.
It happens.
It's got too antsy.
Or optimistic stuff.
Too excited for the eventual fight to come.
2 heroes are down though. Buybacks on both of them.
Both, yeah.
They do want to try to get something out of it, hopefully to kill this Invoker somehow. And Tiny's...
Uh-oh. That's an awkward combo with the sleep into the concoction stun himself. King R, they were running on him. He still has a curse though. Echo Slam, not really the prettiest. They hit a BKB Invoker, basically. Advanced Guard is going to be stunned off, though. There's that curse, however.
On the BKB.
Yep, stalling it. They're going to get a buyback out of this? No, I guess they're defending without it anyways. No one. Oh, man. Do not overextend.
Oh, this is it?
This is big. That's a dieback on him.
He still has a buyback.
He does have a way to what I was saying. Yeah, I guess he did a buyback. Either way, he's going to stay alive, so it doesn't even matter.
Tiny's Zach, Wits Wyvern down. No buyback on him.
Tiny tossing in. Okay, Muff is going to end up dying. Fiend's grip to lock down Alchemist, trying to set up the kill eventually on him. Vansker holding him in place. Cataclysm setup is beautiful, getting some good damage out. There's a deafening blast. And now Alchemist, Chemical Rage, trying to get out of this some way, somehow. Oh. Concoction turn. They just blow up the Centaur. A couple of crits there in between. No one, though.
No buyback.
Nullifier on top. Curry finally will fall. Maybe. No one. Just to be careful.
Oh, that was close. If he got the double hit and through the tree, he just needed... Actually, he needed 2 crits, and Invoker would have died there.
We'll take that.
Oh, he sees Alchemist.
Uh-oh.
Hunting him down.
He's BKB, though.
Pop the concoction.
Gonna BKB?
Does that even work?
What is he doing? No, it
Trying to
doesn't.
blink just during there? I don't even think that works. Trying to make a play. He's desperate.
You should just buy his Ags, though. He doesn't have buyback.
He doesn't have, so yeah, just buy it just because of that.
Yeah.
Okay. Give it to the Necrophos, who's definitely
Invisibility.
struggling here. Wouldn't mind some extra farm.
Come on, man. He's trying.
He is.
I like how we both found it funny that he blinked instead.
Yeah, I mean, that's, you could tell he's like, I know this is not going to work, but I might as well try.
Well, he got scared. I don't know, man. I would have blinked away, but he was like, you know what? I'm just going to blink into them. Because Invoker was on top of him.
Trying to mind game there, yeah. Next level.
The next label play.
Octarine Core, there's the Ags. Again, we're guessing it's going to be Necrophos. I suppose Earthshaker could be too.
Don't give it to Earthshaker, man. Man.
Oh.
His
It's fair to say it's not been the prettiest Earthshaker game. It really has.
rough game for him, man.
It has
I
been
don't think it's an easy Shaker game, but like I said, they're playing a little passive now because they do need to wait. Tiny is their main source of DPS here.
They do get the Ags and Necrophos, just to confirm that. Level 25s. Ursa also has hit 25, and he now has that status resistance himself.
Yikes.
Pops in a rage, and he's going in Ags.
I like that build a lot.
Yeah, that with that talent, it's crazy combo.
I think he should just buy it. Because all of them just have stuns. They don't have any sheeps, so they can't actually ever lock down this Ursa.
Dire's top barracks are under attack.
And if he pops it off versus the initial stun, they can't cast any spells with him with the 80% resistance.
Yeah, it's useless at that point.
So, I mean, that's why I don't think you need your buyback. Unless they had Hex, it's a totally different story, but they don't, so.
Necro's not going one. Maybe Tiny, you could argue would, but he's definitely not, so. Doesn't need to worry about that. Vansker poking in.
This is a game of RNG here. If Curry's actually able to get crits off in his initial, like, combo, he can actually burst anyone down, and that's like a big deal breaker for them.
Dire's bottom shrine.
That's obviously an illusion as we see. I also noticed that last fight, Bane was applying that Enfeeble to Alchemist, even mitigating his damage plenty. So something else to keep in mind. As here's a Fiend Script. He's just going to open right up onto Alchemist. Alchemist trying to get him away. Double force up, blows over everything. Doesn't have a 5 remember. And it's going to come into play. 2-minute cooldown before he's back up. They take on Earthshaker, just echoed right before mine as well. Tornado hits both, sets in sleep Curry. Throwing up, not the longest though, of course. Doxac falls. Reaper's Sight didn't actually kill him. He has a buyback anyways. Necrophos curse on him. Doxac does buyback, is TPing in. Curry eventually going to go down here, I'm guessing, and no one throwing everything at him. Curry barely does go down though, and he too is not fighting back once again. So it looks like Gambit finally has broken through.
Should be game here.
And should be able to finish it now. Yeah, GG's are called. Going their way for game 1. Best of 3. So that was Hippomaniacs. They definitely had their shot.
So I mean, what really happened there? Like Hippomaniacs had a huge advantage, a huge lead, but they kind of misplayed a little bit. You know, when they were pushing the tier 2 and mid, Gambit did have a very good ward in their own jungle, and they were able to smoke and get 2 major core kills and a support kill out of that, and that was kind of their comeback from there. You know, Invoker was able to snowball from there, and they had lack of control, and I just felt like Hippo couldn't afford to make these mistakes. And unfortunately, like, Gambit did capitalize off that. But in the end, you know, you saw, like, even though Hippo did lose 2 sets of racks, like, they were still able to put on a fight and everything. But, you know, they had, with Gambit's lineup, they had more room for error than Hippo. Hippo is, like, it's all about timing and how they play with this Alchemist and Necro. And unfortunately, Earthshaker had a very rough game, rough start. He wasn't able to get the most ideal Echo Slams into any sort of, like, follow-up stuns. But, you know, all in all, like, I think Gambit played overall pretty well. Like I said, they made a lot of errors, but each lineup always has more. Some lineups have more room for errors than others. Like, you know, like Drow lineups, you have minimal room for errors, and such as same with Alchemist. Like these cheesy lineups, it's like you can't make these simple mistakes, and if you do, you know, Gambit's definitely going to capitalize on it, and which they did.
Having no one in Invoker definitely helped as well, but either way, it's a good breakdown of how it played out, and ultimately ex-ferzee, now known as Gambit, they take game number 1 in this best of 3. So we got a game 2 coming up, though. Myself, BreakyCPK, joined by DeMoN. This is the GG.Bet Invitational decider match. Will this be it for Hippomaniacs? A run ends here, perhaps, or will they at least force a game 3? We'll find out next. Stay tuned, guys.